Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Cyber Arcade by Lexibook. It's a little portable device which runs off 3 AA batteries and it's got about 300 games built in. I picked this up for quite cheap because it's missing the battery compartment cover. I got it for about £4, but I think they're only about £10 on eBay. If you look on the actual Lexibook website, they're £29.99, which is quite expensive really. If you're unfamiliar with Lexibook stuff, then they do a lot of like Famiclone type stuff, plug and plays. They always come in like 300 or 600 games built in, but unlike the Famiclones, they usually redesign the games. They're like flash type games, and they will like rip off things like Mario Bros original or Bomb Jack or something like that, but the levels will just keep repeating and repeating and repeating. So if you can pick them up cheap, they're alright value for the money, mostly for the puzzle games, because puzzle games usually repeat anyway. So if you like puzzle games, you'll get a lot. You know, if you can pick one up for under £10, it's all right. You know, they're not brilliant. They does have. I've got the specs up here. It's a bit confusing because it's called the Cyber Arcade 300 games, but the actual listing on the Lexibook website then says 240 games. So I haven't counted them, but there's a lot of games. It runs on a 2.5 inch LCD screen, which runs at 256 by 240 pixels, and yeah, that's about it really. We'll take a look at the case and then we'll look at the games. So you'll see we've got the speaker compartment here, and we've actually got another one here, and you'll notice when you're actually playing that no sound comes out of this at all. So only this one works, and you can see if I shine it in the light, you probably can't see now, but you can see there is actually a speaker behind there, but with this one there's just nothing. But if you look at the design here, for shine it in the light, there's some indentations here that look as if there might be another model, or originally they were going to put like a coin mech sticker there and a door opening sticker there. So there might be another model where the speaker there is used, or that might just be used for airflow. But yeah, you've got your A and B button, you've got your volume button, and you've got start and reset. I haven't actually used the volume button, but there's only one, so I'm not sure how that works. Must just rotate round. The joystick isn't that bad. I mean, it's only just cheap plastic, but you know, it feels all right. And I have quickly used it, and it does play all right for what you get, really. But yeah, that's the design. There's a couple of little indentations there, which seem to be holes. We'll see what they are when we open it up. But yeah, that could be something else on another model. But yeah, that's basically the shell and the design. So we'll turn it on, have a quick look at the games, and then we'll take it apart. So you'll notice we've got sports, puzzle, shooting, and arcade. We'll take a look at the sports first, and you'll notice there's just tons and tons and tons of games. I won't go through them all, but yeah, I just want to show you. You'll notice that, like this tennis game, if I get a bit closer, you'll notice that I don't actually need to move, and it seems as if a lot of the games on this device were just designed for use with their, because they do some like fake Wii's with motion controls, which usually runs off infrared, but it seems as if this was designed for use with that, because it just seems a bit pointless how I'll just have to push the button at the right time. But yeah, there are a lot of games like that. Let's try this volume button. So yeah, it just cycles through. As I said, the puzzle games is probably where you're going to get the best bang for your buck, because there's quite a lot on here, and I do quite like puzzle games, so I probably will test a few of these out. You've got shooting games, which some of these again are designed for motion controls. Then you've got a few little basic shoot 'em ups and things like that as well. I will show some footage of the gameplay right at the end of the video. I just want to quickly go through it all now, just so you can get a quick rough idea of what the system is. Yeah, as you can see, there's loads. The screen is quite nice actually. The camera here isn't picking it up as good as it should, but the screen is quite bright and the colours do look quite nice. As you'll see, the games are quite basic. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to be doing here, but probably just collecting things. But yeah, I think it's time to take this bad boy apart and see what it's actually made of. Because that's realistically why I brought it, just to take it. Oh, there was a bit of a flash then. Oh no, it was the light. Thought it was a spark. So yeah, it'd be nice, because what I want to see is if, well, I don't know obviously because this is the first Lexibook one I've got, but what I want to try and see is I can find out if this uses the same insides as other Lexibook models, and then we might be able to see what sort of mods we can do to this. And I'm also interested to see if I can try and use this screen in something else, because I'm sure it could find a better use than being in here. But let's get this took apart and see what it's made of. Right, so I've took apart the device. There were just 4 screws in the back and then 2 screws holding the board inside. And if we open it up, we'll see there's our speaker, and as we said, no speaker there. But I've actually found some other models. I did a quick bit of research as well and found some other models online. So I'll get some pictures of those on the screen now. So some of those might use the microphone in the front. But if we take a look at the board here, we've got our screen here, which sadly is soldered onto the board. So, I mean, it can be reused for something else, but it would have been nice if it was socketed, but never mind. So we've got the board here. I'll try and lift it up so we can get closer. But we'll see here we've got our flash chip, which I've quickly looked it up. I couldn't find the exact data sheet for it, but it's a NAND flash memory. I'll get a close up of that. I couldn't actually find out what size it is though, but I'll look at into that more, see if I can find out. Sadly, we've got Globtop here. I actually thought this might be a chip, but it's not. So it'd be interesting to see what type of technology this runs off, because as you can see, this flash chip is socketed in. It's soldered down, but we can actually remove that, and I do have some similar chips of that size, so it's very possible these might just switch over and just work, because I've found out that some of the Zone machines share the same design as some other Lexibook wireless consoles, and I've done quite a lot of modding on the Zone machines, so it's possible they're using the same technology. But yeah, so I honestly thought there'd be a bit more to talk about in this one, but sadly not. Once again, the dreaded Globtop stops us from doing a lot of research. But it doesn't end there. There is one strange thing I found. And if we turn the board over here, you'll see, well, there are connectors for buttons. And I couldn't find anything by Lexibook exactly, but I think because of the fact that the button board here, which we're not going to bother pulling out because it literally is just the connections for the buttons, there's nothing on there other than that, but because that's wired in, then it's very possible that there were other models that just didn't do that and just used the screen rotated and a little handheld device. And I couldn't find anything by Lexibook, but I did actually find something by I forget what the actual company was called now, but a little device called VG Pocket, which I'll get a picture up off the screen. And I did find out that Lexibook do have some workings with the main company, so it's very possible that this is a reused board from the VG Pocket, and that would make more sense because on the chip here, the flash chip is dated 2005. Now it could just be old stock that they brought cheap, but the VG Pocket is dated at 2006, so it's very possible this is just a reflashed VG Pocket with the extra controller board put on there, which is quite interesting and quite crazy to think that they're still reusing 12-year-old technology. But if it works, there's no need to change it. And they do keep, as I say, Lexibook just keep knocking out different models, and they're all pretty much the same games on it. So you'll probably find out, I will get more Lexibook consoles, and you'll find out probably that they probably just use the same insides for most of them. But yeah, I thought it was quite interesting. We have a board number here. Where'd it go? There it is. We have a board number. Other than that, that's the inside of the Lexibook. I will do some testings on these and see what we can do, because there might be some extra test points on here. Well, there are a lot of test points. It'd be interesting to see if this flash memory actually contains other games and we can unlock them, because they do like some Disney princess handhelds and other ones like that, so it'd be interesting to see what we can do to this. So I'm going to have a poke around, and then I'll do an update video on if I find anything interesting out. But yeah, I'll show a bit of the game footage if I can record it. I'll try and get some fun now, and while the video's closing out, I'll get some video footage shown on the screen. But thanks for watching, and if you've got one of these or any other Lexibooks and you've took them apart, please let me know what the insides are like, or if you can get a picture or video. It'll be interesting to see. But yeah, let me know what you think of the device if you've got one, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Take care.